My name's Johnny.
Drop it.
Hey, how's it going, Joker fam? It's your boy, Haha Joker, aka the Black Joker, back out again. Another mad video for you guys. So, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Your support always means a lot. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. Now, we got a lot of stuff to go over. Now, I just finished watching the EA stream of pretty much all the information, not all the information, but a good amount of information for Madden 20. Or Madden 21, sorry. But before we get into that, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys real quick what's going on right now in Madden 20 for me. So as you guys can see, we're sitting at 814K right now. Pretty much at this point, we're just going to stack our coins up. If Ultimate Legend drops that we want, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. If Power Up expansion, someone for us drops for the Raiders team, we'll go ahead and pick that up. And there you go from there. But as it is, like I said, I kept Lamar. I kept Taylor Mays. I kept Anthony Barr. I kept all the golden tickets. We kept pretty much a lot of players, but we did get rid of a lot of players. And with us getting rid of a lot of players, holy hell, we went ahead and stacked up our coins quite a bit. Now, I decided to just say fuck it because I didn't want to waste too much time doing this. We went ahead, got all the rookie premieres done. As you guys can see, it's 10 out of 10. Every single one of them are done. All right, so we have all the rookie premieres for next year, and we're still sitting on close to 1 million coins. So I'm happy about that. Ultimately, I'm just happy that to get this done and over with. And on top of that, and I know I'm behind on it, but we're 2 days away from hitting the 99 over the last power up pass for Madden 20. All right, so we're 2 days away from doing that, and you know, that's it, man. That pretty much already freaking done with the game. But real quick, just to show you guys what we've been doing for the auction house and how we've been going about selling people and getting our coins and this, that, and the other. So as you guys can see, we've been very, very busy. All right, so we got rid of Hanks. All of these theme builders that we have, they're just every time we completed a rookie premier player and I wasn't going to use them, I just quick sold them. So Joe Burrow, sold them, all of them. They pretty much all were quick sold except for, I think I even quick sold Chase Young. Outside of the right tackle is the only one that I did not quick sell. The rest of them I quick sold and went ahead and got a bunch of the theme builders done so we can keep having more coins come in for us. But you'll see a lot of theme builders here, and that's pretty much where all of them are from. And we sold these guys. I forgot the reason. Oh yeah, it's because, so I didn't realize for the set that the set had a cap to how many times you can do the set. So we were doing like the 96s to the 99s to get 6 rookie premier tokens. But I didn't realize that there was a certain limit to how many times you can do that set. So I ended up picking up 2 of these guys by mistake. So we went ahead and sold them, or 3 of them actually. We picked up a whole nother set, and we went ahead and just sold them back anyways. But we got rid of Patrick Willis, Kyle Juszczyk, all the Patrick Willis pieces. As you guys can see, his 99 sold. All this is gone. Fred Warner, Armstead, Dion, Jamal Adams, Hanks, all these guys, all of them, we got rid of everything. So we still have 2 more players on the auction house still left to sell, and then that's it, man. So, you know, ultimately I'm happy about it regardless. So it is what it is. But I just want to go ahead and show you guys what's going on with the team, show you guys on how everything's going to be going. We still have the Raiders players. Like I already said, we're going to keep the Raiders theme team. I just in case I want to do weekend league, I'm sorry, I'm not going into weekend league with Dante Culpepper. That's not going to happen. All right, so obviously I kept like the big name players, Lamar, Sean Taylor, who else? Anthony Barr, and obviously Mays is a Raider, but yeah, we kept a few players, and just in case, you know what I'm saying, if we do decide to do weekend league, that's the purpose of it. Now, with that aside of Madden 20, because we got a lot of stuff to get into with Madden 21, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into practice mode. All right, just to kind of show you guys certain things of it'll be easier to show you guys versus just talking about it, right? Now, I went ahead, wrote down a few things, and I screenshotted 2 things. Now, as it is, some of the things that I was concerned about. So if you guys didn't watch my video of the Madden 21, like deeper dive into Madden 21, where they talked about a few of the things that they were going to be showing and stuff like that, I gave it a 5 out of 10. All right, because a lot of things that I saw, obviously they didn't talk about. It was just shown. So that's kind of what I went off of, and I didn't really like a lot of the things that I saw in it. But this Madden stream that just happened tonight, just a few minutes ago, they kind of got more in depth into certain things. Now, some of my concerns that I was worried about somewhat got answered. Okay? Now, what I mean by somewhat got answered, you have to wait to see on the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. Now, am I overall happy about some of the things getting addressed? Of course. But regardless of that, how well is it going to work in game? All right. Whoops. All right. So as you guys can see, we have the 4 D linemen. So now this guy on the edge here is going to automatically set that edge. All right. But it has to be, it has to show up like this, okay, as he's rushing off the edge. So let's say if I were to drop him down and put him on the line of scrimmage, right? I put him as a blitzer. Now it's going to be his job from here, because don't make sure you don't have it like this, because it'll just be a regular blitzer. If you have it like this, now this guy that I'm using is going to be the who's going to be the edge protector now. So he's going to force everything back inside. So when the play is called in Madden 21, this guy's first initial reaction is to get upfield, as it should be in real life. But his first initial reaction would be to get upfield. That is to prevent you from doing tosses, doing stretches, whatever the case is, to force you back inside. Now, I don't know if this is a coaching adjustment that you would need to do, or whatever the case is, but for the time being, that's what they said they implemented in the game. That's what I'm going to go off of. Next up, I'm going to talk about one of my concerns that was in Madden 20. Zone drops. Now, Joker fam, you guys know, I've been bitch moaning, complaining about zone coverages in this game for quite some time now. Now, as it is, I'm going to go ahead and call hike. Just kind of have this play go through, and then we're going to go ahead and respot the ball. But I have to wait for this whole thing. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and I will show you guys just a base zone coverage and how it works. Because there are pros and cons to this new zone coverages that they implemented. Or these new ways of the functioning of the zone coverages. So, zone coverages, you can now change zones within 5 yards, but there is no matching. Now, as you guys can see on the play art, wait, there we go. As you guys can see, we have, everything where it's supposed to be. This is base cover 4, right? So if I were to drop down and run hard flats here, I can now allow my CPU, if I go into the coaching adjustments, there is a cap to how far within the 5 yards. So I think hard flats could only play maybe another 5, maybe 10 yards more off of their original hard flat. So instead of him dropping out to the hard flats, he'll probably, if you change the coaching adjustment, he'll probably drop back to probably maybe a little bit under the 30-yard line. Okay? And then he'll play this. So it's somewhat of a cloud flat. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. Like, I can understand what people are saying. Then you could just run a cloud flat. What's the difference? This is more so going to be for hook curls, such as this one. The guy that I'm using, the hook zone here. It'll be more so for this, and for the original for my original setup here, it will be for these soft squats. Or actually, if I were to play over top, the little curl flats. All right, the curl zones. As you guys know, in Madden 20, corner routes are just abysmal. All right, they're too difficult to stop. They're very, very annoying. Okay, but with this now implemented in the game, this now changes the dynamic of how your zones are played. Okay, if I can play this zone here that I'm using, if I can play him, he's supposed to be driving back here, but we already know that that corner route is going to go above this. Now, if I can go to my coaching adjustments and tell this guy to play 5, maybe 10 yards back, oh, then that corner route's covered. I got nothing to worry about. He'll play probably about here, and then he'll take away that entire section. Corner route's clamped. But you can really shut down a good amount of passes. Corner routes, a good amount of routes in this game now, if you know how to work the coaching adjustments, can be shut down now. That's what I'm most happy about. You have full control over your secondary. And that's what this game needed. That's what Madden 21 really needed, is that full control over things that you sometimes can't control in EA. You can't control every CPU on the field outside of blitzing everybody or dropping back everybody in the zones. But you can't tell if I go back to cover 3 match, you cannot tell this guy here, this guy that I'm using right here, you can't tell him to go drop back here. There's nothing for that. But with the coaching adjustments, it now gives us that option to do that. So I'm very happy about that. Now, as something as too good to be true, it is. When you do this in coaching adjustments, whatever you do with your zones and coaching adjustments, you no longer have a match concept. There is no more matching concept if you change the yards of the zones that you're supposed to be dropping into. So I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Right now, I'm in, a fairly, for some people, maybe not, but for me, it's a very good matching concept. All right, cover 4, very easy match concept. Now, if I were to go ahead, press hike, have everybody drop, yada, 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 and then I get sacked, all right, which I fumbled and they scooped and scored. But anyways, all right, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you the replay of that. And just for some of you guys that don't understand what a matching concept is, all right? Now, as this play develops, you'll slowly start seeing people getting matched up, all right? Primarily, we'll start with this side first, all right? Now, it's cover 4. I showed you guys the play art. He's supposed to be dropping way, way back into his cover 4. But it's a matching concept coverage. So he gets matched up as man coverage with him, and he'll stay with him the entire time, okay? And that goes for everybody else that's running past somebody or running into somebody's zone. So you'll see that, okay, we have that get matched up. We have Sherman matching up. Everything is matched up. Everybody, there's a man on a man everywhere, okay? Someone's getting covered by a man. Now, granted, it is zone coverage, like I said, but it's a matching zone coverage. But everything is covered, all right? Sherman's got that manned up. He's got this manned up. He's got that manned up, okay? If you go into your coaching adjustments and you change your zone coverages to have them drop back to a certain spot, 5, 10 yards, whatever the max is for it, you lose that manned up concept, all right, from in your zone coverage. But you do have the option to reset your coaching adjustments, and you'll reset everything back to normal, and you can run your man concept, your man zone concept, your matching concept, I should say. Jesus. Now, next up, under pressure, all right? Here's what I will say about this. To an extent, it's good that they're implementing this into the game, because they're now showing us that these things mean something now. These numbers on the back of these cards mean something now. All right, versus how they didn't seem to mean anything before. So now throw under pressure means something now. So when you're throwing a pass 40 yards or more, if pressure is triggered, he will then throw the ball. His throw animation will be quicker. Is it gunslinger quick? I don't know. We'll have to see in the beta. But that's what they said. That's what they specified, that the throw animation is going to be quicker. Now, contained. Quarterback contained. As you guys know, every time somebody blitzes, 9 times out of 10, people run quarterback contained. All right? And it seems like a very unstoppable kind of pass rush. Contains are now nerfed. So, if you do run contains, if you're the type of person that do spam contains, because I know I do, they will no longer get instant pressure. Okay? It's not instant, but in a sense, you won't get that pressure anymore when it comes to... So, essentially what will happen is that if you do run contains, they'll take a slower, more looping effect to kind of like what he's supposed to do, contain the quarterback. So that's what you'll see more so than him just rushing off the edge and also being able to contain the quarterback. He won't get instant pass rush on your quarterback if you are sitting in the pocket. Specifically, you need to be in the pocket. As soon as you break pocket, that's it, you're fair game. But if you're still in the pocket, you will no longer get that instant rush pressure off of a edge rusher that is contained. Okay? So, that's good in the sense that they nerf contains. It gives you more, I guess, reason to pass, and being able to pick up blitzes will be a lot easier. Another thing that they nerfed, flipping plays are now nerfed. If you guys watch any of the Madden championships, you will see a lot of times they'll flip plays back and forth until they get the desired result that they want. They've now nerfed that. So if you are constantly flipping plays, there is a chance you will get called for a false, or is it false or offsides? You'll get called for offsides. Okay? So I think if you do it more than twice, once you hit 2 times, if you flip it again, you now increase the chance of you jumping off sides. And that chance keeps getting increased the more times you flip a play and call audibles. Okay? So if you're one of these people that flip, call audible, flip, call audible, flip, call audible, and you keep doing that, you will get penalized for it. So I personally don't run into that a lot, but I do see it a lot in the Madden championships, that a lot of people do that to get a desired play, to kind of mess up the defense and get a desired run play or desired pass play, whatever the case is. So you can be now penalized for it. Here's one that I feel was, in a sense, useless, but I understand it, why it's in the game. Fatigues mean more in this game now than they did this year. They now implemented it more, especially on people playing out of position on offense. Now, they used the example of Tyreek Hill and Wildcat playing the runner as an out of position player. They put Tyreek Hill back there in Wildcat, and you could just run around stupid. Tackling, hit sticks, and just him running the ball, the fatigue will hit harder on him than it will if you had the person who's supposed to be playing that position, a running back. The fatigue will hit Tyreek Hill harder. Now, this is why I feel like it's useless. Because everybody knows that from the Madden Championship, if you're in your play call and you just go through your subs, just hold the right stick over and you go through your subs, the fatigue will go away and you will have a fresh player in a sense. We saw Votrax do it every single time. All he had was one good running back, which was at the beginning when he first won his club championship. He had Chris Johnson, and he would just, right before he called a play, he'll go through his subs, hold right stick over, and he'll have a fresh Chris Johnson every single play. So I understand why they did this, but there is a way around it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a few other things too. Pass rushing can't be spammed. That was one of the things I was worried about in the video from my previous video that I did. The pass rush is now used. You can now use it, and it's somewhat similar to the run stick for Madden 21. You can do certain moves based off of what you do on your right stick. Now, these moves can't be spammed. Eventually, the O-line will pick up on it on its own, But if you have an O lineman with an ability on it, he'll pick up on it faster. Obviously, depending on what abilities you have on him. But yeah. Now, there's another thing too. I don't have the clip up right now, but if you guys go back and look at the clip on the pass rush, you will see that there's a stack meter next to when he first activates the pass rush. There's a stack meter to it. That stack meter will keep going down for every attempted pass rush move. So every spin, every swim move, every bull rush, that stack meter will go down. Okay? Now, that stack meter can be refilled maybe by 1, by 2, if you go into halftime, timeouts are called, whatever the case is, right? But it does go down. So it's not something that can be spammed over a course of an entire drive, all right? You got to pick and choose when you want to do that. Now, as far as the other abilities go, pass lead, wide receiver abilities. So pass lead was an issue before with the quarterbacks, but they've since changed it. Now, it's no longer you're pass leading somebody, but you're now the pass has more velocity on it. Now, I don't know if they're taking Gunslinger out the game for this, but as they said, they specifically said that you have a faster throw velocity for a pass lead. So, you know, I don't know how that's going to implement in the game. Again, we'll have to wait till gameplay to see. Wide receivers, as far as dealing with the routes for the wide receiver abilities, it's no longer a slant route that is, you know, thrown or whatever the case is. It now has to be thrown to a certain area of the field for you to reap the rewards of the ability. So you can't just be running a slant route and then you can throw it wherever you want in a slant, and then there you go. It needs to be below 10 yards, and it needs to be outside the hashes, because that's the example that they use. It needs to be below 10 yards and outside the hashes for you to get the slant route master or apprentice or whatever they're going to call it, for you to reap the rewards of that slant route. So if it's better catch on slant routes or better route running, all right, regardless of that, so one little tidbit that they did kind of specify on was the run stick. Now, we understand that the run stick is probably going to be a little bit overpowered. It'll probably need to be tuned. But they specified that as far as your ability using a running back goes, like such as Christian McCaffrey, such as Lamar Jackson, which not a running back, but he will obviously get those abilities, okay? Elusive running backs will be more valuable to you with using the run stick. Here's my concern. To me, that is not balanced to then power backs. Because when you have someone of Derrick Henry, who's not that elusive, who bases his run game off of power and off of stiff arming, how would that be implemented and help him in the run game against running backs such as McCaffrey, such as any other elusive backs, any legend elusive backs? How would he differ from them? Or how would he be the same in value as these elusive backs? Because as far as I can see, power backs don't reap the same benefits as elusive backs when it comes to using the run stick. So that kind of concerns me a little bit. All right. But I did go ahead and screenshot something for you guys. And this is something that, you know, you guys might want to, if you guys are going to be in the closed beta or whatever the case is, this is one thing that they put in the game that will kind of mess you up in the run game. As I'm looking at this, I can see that they changed some of the controls, right? So celebration is now just holding left trigger. I don't know why they changed it, but whatever. Trucking is now the Y button. So this year, Y was the hurdle. For Madden 21, for the beta, it's going to be Y is the truck. Now, throughout the beta, once the beta ends, it is liable to change. They did tell us that it is liable to change, but we have to give that feedback to them for them to change that. So keep that in mind. All right? But everything else, X is still to dive, B is still to spin, A is still to stiff arm. Pressing up on the right stick is now the hurdle. That is going to be the real difficult part to get used to, only because we're so accustomed to pressing the right stick up to being truck. So the reason they have it like this is for the jurtle, the little side hurdle thing. So they put it on the right stick so you can kind of have that freedom to string together a bunch of moves. So that's the reason of why they implemented it there. But they have the dead leg, which is down on the right stick, and they have the juke, spin, and everything on the right stick also. All right, so there are no changes as far as the juke, spins, and stuff like that, but the truck and the hurdle are not flipped. All right, so keep that in mind. Personally, I prefer it to just be the way it is now. All right, truck is up stick, hurdle is wide. That's just my opinion on that, but you guys let me know how you feel about that. All right, and for the pass rushing, they have speed rush, which is right trigger. They have left trigger, which is contain. All right, they have Y, which is swat, and they have rip as up on the right stick, bull rush down on the right stick, and club or swim move as either direction on the right stick. So you now have kind of like that run stick ability on offense. You have it on the D line also, but understand that that is only for the D line users only. All right, so keep that in mind too. But with everything being said, with everything being shown to us, again, it still comes down to gameplay. All right, how is this going to look in gameplay? The coaching adjustment, switching zones, I love it. I'm happy that it's implemented, because one of the biggest key points that I've always had a problem with, which has always been in Madden, and EA knows this, it's always been in Madden, zones have been terrible. Always through Madden. Zones never work, okay? But now with this, zones can work. All right, zones will play way better this year way better for Madden 21 than they did for Madden 20. That's 100% for a fact. So for that, I am very happy for. But again, you gotta wait for the gameplay. You gotta wait to play the closed beta. If you're lucky enough to be in a closed beta, you gotta wait to play it to see how these things work. With that being said, obviously I'm gonna keep up with the news on Madden 21, and we'll see where this transpires, where this goes, and see what other informations they're gonna drop out for us as far as the gridiron notes and things of that nature. But as it is, that's the information that I have. I'm sure a lot of other people probably got a lot of information too out of this, so we'll see how everything goes through the course of the few weeks until the closed beta drops for everybody, and then we'll see. We'll see what happens after the closed beta, man. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys drop some laughs on that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Joker family support always means a lot. To the next one, guys. Peace.